Righty. Remove this. I don't need you no more. Cool. I think we're golden. Let's move over here. And change the music. Oh, hold on. It's about to change right now. What's the next music? I'll take that. All right. Anyways, guys, welcome back to another stream here today, or if you're watching this later when this video gets uploaded or stream gets uploaded, welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing great and wonderful on this day. It is halfway of the week already. Let's go. All right, so what did we do last time? I think I was fixing that freeze that's happening, and I thought I had fixed it, but I guess it still happened towards the end of the stream, so we'll need to maybe look into that, or I have to think of a better solution for how that is working right now. And then fixing, I think that towards the end we were seeing a whole bunch of hogs and it shouldn't have been that way, so we'll get into those today and anything else that comes along the way. And then we can jump to something new, I think. Maybe it'll happen in this stream or in the next one for sure. But I just want to get the logic of how the spawning works and where to place things. Oh, you know what? Talking about that, I need to fix some another thing with the placement of the spawners. I don't want them to be too close to the village, so I had to add a distance check on that. So yeah, that's another thing that we need to do. All right, well, what am I doing right now? I'm trying to look for something I forgot. All right, there we go. Hold on, let me just fix some stuff in here. Just leave it like that. I think it's fine. All right, put this away. Open chat just in case anybody comes in. Move this away. Let's get started, shall we? Let's go into Visual Studio right quick here. So earlier we ended up updating it, so I ended up using these two profiles. But the problem right now, if I play it, let's run it real quick. And it's going into test. And hopefully it doesn't freeze up this time. It did freeze. Jeez, now it's happening more often now. I thought I had fixed that last time, honestly. So let's break into it, shall we? Like we've been doing. It's right here. Attach. And then break all. And terminate all, and then we get Godot back. It's not frozen or anything. All right, just going to test. Hopefully it goes this time around. There we go. So what I'm first seeing now, if I zoom out, is that we're seeing a whole bunch of hogs. You can see a hog here, a hog, another hog on the top. Let's close this. A bunch of hogs down here. But instead what it should be doing, it should be showing all the slimes, because that's how we have it set up. We have it set up so that, where was it at? Let's just think it's here. Yeah. So we have the hog here, which is a weight of 15. We got the skellies, that's a weight of 30. And then we have the slimes, which has a weight of 50. So we should be seeing more of these guys than the hog. So there's something going on there. So let's look into that. It might be an easy fix. Let's see. Alright, so we go into this variation profile. Got enemies and animals here. We iterate through all of them. We get the noise. Determines what type of spawner it should be, either if it should be enemy or an animal. And when it comes in here, it gets this noise. Oh, there we go. I'm not normalizing it. I just saw it right here. Easy fix. I think this might be the fix for this. Because this noise is also giving me negative values, so I gotta normalize this from 0 to 1. I got this little easy function here. So I gotta do that for noise here. Do I have to do it for the other one? Yes, I do. There we go. Should be working now, I think. So let's build that. And if this works, you gotta figure out what to do with the spawners. You need to figure out what the freeze is. Why is it freezing? I haven't thought of a better solution at the moment. Alright, so it's done building. Like Godot update, there we go. And let's go in there right now. If it doesn't freeze, hopefully, we should be seeing more slimes now. Alright, let's load into the game. Test. Hopefully it doesn't freeze, please. Don't freeze. There we go. There we go. We got a slime. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. We got a skellies in here. Bunch of squirrels and skellies going here. Bunch of slimes. Can we see a hog in here at all? Oops, that's way too far. I don't see any hogs in here. That's the plan though. We should be seeing more slimes, but this is just a fix for now, and most likely will end up changing later. Maybe the types of enemies that spawn, it gets determined by the type of day it is, or season, or something like that. But as of right now, I'm just doing it by weights. You know what? There might be a hog all the way on top of there. I don't know where it's going though. This one on top? I don't know where you're going, buddy. Sadly, I can't move in that direction right now. I don't know, it might be a hog. At least it looks like a hog. There's another one over here. I'm curious now. I'm curious of what those are right now. Our camera's over here. And let's do an offset. Oh no, it doesn't move it, huh? Okay, never mind. It doesn't like it. Alright, never mind. I was gonna go and see what those guys were, but it's alright. Anyway, I'm thinking right now when it comes to actually just going in here, start tweaking the values to make it feel where I want it to be at. But that can be something for a different stream. The other issue, which I have no idea why it's happening, is the freeze when it comes to the squirrel. Look at this random group. I don't know why it's doing it. That's weird though, look at that. It lost the starting position again, even though it's there. I'm wondering if that's an issue too. I remember we added it last time and now it's gone again. That's very interesting. Let's look into, where do I save these things at? Is it under AI? That's so strange. Hold on. Let me just copy this. I don't know why he loses it or why he doesn't save it. This is the third time I'm adding this variable here, which is a boolean. Let's see what's bool. There we go. Please save. I don't know why it doesn't want to. Wait, it's not a boolean. What am I doing? It's a vector. It's a vector, buddy. Yeah, this is the third time I'm doing it. Alright, so then we got a patrol pause. So this gets a random position from the starting point where it spawned. It goes to patrol pause, it goes to that direction, and once it reaches it, it waits 1 second. And it should redo all of this stuff again. If it doesn't find a tree, but it should find a tree now. Shouldn't be a problem. Like this other one shouldn't cause it any issues actually. It should check the target, which is a tree, and finds a range between 4 and 8. Saves into patrol pause. He goes to patrol pause. I mean, he moves to the patrol position. It sets a random action, which is picking up the object at this point. And do action. Not doing anything crazy. Just does the action. Waits 1 second and then moves back to the starting point and despawns. It's gonna be an issue right now. They all have a timer. Or at least the first time will come in here just fine. It does a random variable for the next check if anything fails. And then it goes in here. If there's no nodes in that group, returns a failure, and then gets a random node in this list. We're not even doing this anymore, which is crazy. So he just gets a random variable, which is just gets a random index between 0 and the size of the group, and retrieves that. And in that instance, is not valid, returns a failure. Otherwise, it sets it to this blackboard and sets it to true. Yeah, this thing isn't even doing anything crazy. So why does it freeze? One thing I could think of is when it enters it. Next, let's see. If not, get current notes in group. And in this group, it doesn't have this group name. And it gets that group by that key. And then uses the get tree that get nodes in group, which gives me all the trees. And if I only want the visible ones, then I go in here and I iterate through them and only grab the ones that are visible. Unless this breaks at a certain point. Is that possible for this to break? Or give me like a signing error or something and it just freezes up there? I don't think so. Yeah, this is something like I'll need to look at later. Because I'm not seeing the issue as to why it will freeze up right now. No, I can jump into the next one. I can look into that. Nature, I guess. I can think of a reason why that will freeze up. Unless it's not the squirrels anymore and it's something else. What can be the problem? I mean, it can also be here, but it has attempts already. And attempts, let's see, increases down here. It's gonna be a problem. Okay, yeah, we can also do it in here. If the distance here is less than that, or can I get the, let's see, the village, anything village, position, scene, map rec? Or say village map rec has point? There we go, easy. It has this point, which is the candidate. But not just that though. I want to also have it so that's within, let's say it's within the distance of the village. This only says if that spawn point is within the village. But I also want to say, so I may have to change this and do it differently then. Hold on. So instead of doing that, do we have any position or anything? Alright. Where do I initialize the scene stuff right now? There's gotta be a place where I initialize them. Not in here, maybe generate chunks. No, it's not in here. Generate. I want to know where the positions are located at right now. There we go. We got the position, which is temporary for now, and set it to the map rec as the position. Okay. Well, this is not going to give me the. Oh, so I gotta use the farm rec and the village rec. So let's use that then. Let's use it then. Okay, so let's start with the farm. Map rec. Does it, yes? Yeah, we go. Get. Is there any difference between these two? Let's this. You know what? Let's make sure we use this one instead. We get the position, which is going to be the top leftmost point, right? So we can get a distance check from here. Or can I get the center point and then get like a huge distance? Hold on, let's go on top of this. What other values do we have? We have size, right? So it gives me the entire size. So what I can do is I can do half the size. This returns a size I. Size 2i, okay. So go size 2. And let's make it so that farm size is there. Do we get farm half size? And then get a position here. Vector 2 equals farm position center. Actually, I didn't meant to do that. Farm center ends up being the farm position plus this size. Hopefully I can mix both of them together actually. And then do a distance check from here. We'll do a distance check. We do a candidate that we were doing here. Distance to the farm center. And I want it to be, if it's less than the half size, plus a certain extra radius on it. But if I just did the farm size, it just covers the bounds, but I want to actually make it a little bit bigger. What if we just multiply half size? You know what? Yeah, let's do multiplication instead. Let's do it if it's 3 times the half size of that. Why do you cry right now? Vector 2. Oh, so it has to be a vector 2i. Wait, question actually. So this is a tile position, so that's a okay. The farm position, actually I don't even know. I'm assuming the position is in world coordinates, not in tile position, is it? Hold on. All right, so if that's the case, do a vector 2i, and then we'll convert it into, what is the name of that? Main or tile map. We can retrieve the int tile map or tile layers, and let's get the ground one. Local to map. You know, vector 2. I think this is crying because it's not the actual size. It needs to be a, I see. It needs to be a, this is why it's crying. It wants it to be the length of this. There we go. We'll do the length of this size times 3. But this is, I'm assuming that the map rec position is in world position and not in tile coordinates. So we'll assume that that's the problem. Make sure the coordinates are in the right place. But I want to move this out of here. I don't want to keep doing this in the for loop. So let's move this outside. Let's do that. And I also need to do it for the village. I don't want it to be near the village at all. So we'll do the village too. Map rec. So anything else is doing, so it's here. Got tile maps, the farm site should be this. And it should be village center here. Alright, so then we want to do another ore here. And it's gonna be this. Let's copy that. And let's make sure you're using the village center and the village half size on that. Okay. So we should not be seeing any of the slimes that were spawning right at the beginning. Boom. Build. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, if don't update it, so let's run it. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. Please don't freeze. Oh, I thought I was muted this entire time. Good to know. Hopefully everything else is fine. Alright, let's go to test. Alright, well, I guess it's not fully working then. I shouldn't be seeing these guys in here at all. So I need to do some debugging right now. I guess the animals will be okay. That's a that's a good point. All right. So you know what? Let's I want to see if I want to separate some stuff. Hold on. I got error log. Let's say farm pause. I need to know if this is in coordinates. Village pause as well. Not that it mattered actually, but this we have both. And then I want to just print out the other stuff, the half size, making sure those look okay. So we'll do that, and then we got village. Hopefully this is in the right format for my log. So half size, half size. And then just in case, because sometimes it doesn't let me debug it, I'll put a breakpoint here for whatever reason. Let's do a form center position here. And let's print those out too. And so we don't have to rebuild it again later. Center pause. Center pause. Okay, dokie. Okie dokie. He loops through all of this stuff. And it loops through all the points. If it's too close, it breaks out and doesn't even add into the list. I may need to increase this even further, but I shouldn't need to though. I don't know. Maybe I do. We'll find out what the sizes of them are right now, and we'll go from that direction. Alright, so let's build it. That way I can put a breakpoint here. I didn't even get water today. Whoops, 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 whoops. Alright, so let's how that build. let's run it. And let's go back to Visual Studio so I can attach it. Process, let's select the window, select that, attach. Can I go in here? Yes, let's go. Hopefully this doesn't error out. Alright, let's go into the load new game and test that. Test scene. Excuse me, my throat, man. Alright. We got half size in here and it's 0. Why is it 0? Well, that's a problem. It should be this size. Could it be? No. Can't be because I'm multiplying by 0.5. Let's just still go halfway through that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, that's definitely a problemo. Alright. Let's see, farm center. I don't know if that is correct or not. I don't know if that is correct or not. Then we got 0 here. What did it print out? Did it print out anything yet? Yeah, there we go. We got a position 13, 43, and 68. And a 103. Okay, so one definitely issue with the get size thing. So what happens if I just use a regular size then? There's a size here. What happens if I just use this one then? Is that an issue too? Give me a second. I mean, I am using rec size here though. Do the same thing here. Wonder why it doesn't. Can it be the multiplication? That's crazy. Tile position is this in region. So tile position is CMap rec. So it is in tile coordinates already. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. Well then, I guess I don't need to do this thing here. If that's the case. Alright, so let's try this one. And do a dev build. Alrighty. There we go. Let's run it. And let's attach to it again. Attach. Select. And attach that bad boy. And put that breakpoint there. Sweet. Let's load and let's hope that doesn't freeze. Please don't freeze. As long as I can get debug this at least. Alright, so it shows that at 68 farm size and do that. No, it's still 0, dude. Why? Is it really because I'm multiplying by 0.5? I want to understand if this value ended up being less than 0. Maybe he just doesn't know how to multiply it. Okay, that's definitely a problemo for sure. And the same thing on top. Yep. I get no error saying that this is an issue. Multiplying by 0.5, even though this is... That's so strange. That is so strange. Alright, we'll fix that in a bit. Maybe I should just check to see the width and the height and convert it to a vector 2 instead and multiply that by 0.5. That's probably what I want to do. And then we get the farm center and that there. Yeah, because the farm, the half size 0, so the center ends up being the same thing. Okay. Okie dokie. And it froze anyway, so let's luckily I'm already attached to it, so all I have to do is break all and terminate. Okie dokie. Alright, so let's do this instead then. Let's just convert it. Let's do a vector 2. We'll get the size. Instead, see Godot, vector 2i, width and height. Right, individually, I should still be able to multiply this individually. And then I should just round it down. At least that was my hope previously, so make sure I change that to village first. We got the half size. Village. Do that. And make sure we convert this into a vector 2. And then the length should be fine because it's a vector 2. Should have the length. Let's try this out. I'll put the breakpoint here again. And let's build that up. If I still get 0, then it's strange that this gives me that. So I mean, it's divided by 2, I guess. Would that help it? Cool. All right, let's run it. Okay, actually, before I actually go in there, I need to attach the process. Alrighty, let's go in there. Alright, let's see. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. So now they print 15 and 20, exactly what I wanted. Strange that you couldn't do it the other way. Very strange. What's the size of the other one? 45? Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Would have been 22.5, but since it's an int, it rounds it down to 22, which is fine. Maybe I should do a seal instead, right off the bat. So it could have been 23, and it's okay if it overshoots it a little bit. But I guess it doesn't really matter that much since I'm doing this. We'll see. I may end up just adding it just to be safe. Cool. Cool. So now the farm center should be different now. So we got an offset. Now it's 221 and 96. Let's go. Okay. Well, the number looks okay. I may need to increase this distance since it might be in tile coordinates. Let's go in there and see what's up. All right, so I don't see the slime here anymore, which is a good sign. I shouldn't see any enemies nearby, but it might have been too big though. Oh, we have a squirrel down here, which is great. We got a skelly on top, which I don't know if that's too close. We got a slime in this direction. So it didn't spawn in like in this area. Oh, you got some slimes, you got a skelly over there. We got another squirrel over here. So I don't know if that's too close to the village or not. I might need to increase that a little bit. I got a whole bunch of squirrels now compared to before, which is strange. Yeah, I don't see anything down below. I only see one slime and one skelly, and the rest are squirrels. I feel like there should be one of these in this area. Where'd they go? Like maybe somewhere around here. Very strange. It's okay though, as long as we see some stuff going on and it's different than before, it should be fine. I think I definitely want to increase this a little bit more. I can delete this. I don't need you. And I don't need you. And one thing I would like to do here is to do a seal on these guys. Just, you know, just to be safe, I guess. So it rounds it up instead of rounding it down. So we'll do a seal Let's see over here. Oops. Gonna do the same thing down here. Alright, let's just copy and do it on everybody first, and then we can. Did I do that correctly? Oh, I forgot to open parentheses here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All I wanted was the parentheses. There too. Okay. Let's write that. And let's build that bad boy. Valid colorful. Oh, interesting. Alright, scenes. Building. Let's go. Cool. Alright, let's run it. Alrighty. I got a Scuddy here though. Huh. We still have a slime on top of there. Not exactly what I wanted. Wait, did I forget something? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, that should be fine. I thought I forgot to add the position here. So when you get the position, it should be an offset from that. Especially from the village center. So we get a candidate. Do this. I mean, I could do another thing and just do a boundary check. Check to see if the left side and the right side and see if the point is within it. But I was trying to do it just like a distance check because that probably is the easiest way. It doesn't look like it's fully working unless I'm mixing up sometime with the position. Because this candidate's in tile position, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. So I got the village center. I get a distance check from that top position to the village center, and then do and check to see if it's less than the size of the village. What a 4. Let's try the other way. Since this doesn't look like I want it, let's try it the other way instead of doing it this way. That's a lot of checks though, but so instead of doing a distance check, excuse me, we can then we can check to see if the X is greater than the village position X. We'll do the farm first. So if the X it's greater than X and the candidate X is less than this plus the size. Let's do this one here instead. So we're checking the left side of the village and the right side and see if the candidate falls within this area on the X side, and we got to do the same thing for the Y. So let's copy that, put a Y here, a Y here, a Y here. I forgot to put a dot X on top here. I'll clean it up after, but let me just make sure this works. We got height. Okay. Well, let's do the farm first. Or what I can do here is that I can offset it so that, let's say it's 20 tiles. So it's making it a little bit bigger. Width plus 20. Oops. And the same thing for the other side. Because I don't want it to be anywhere near the village, so that's why I'm doing this minus 20 just to offset it. So like in here, so this is the village here. We get this points on top, which is position X, and then we offsetting it by 20 just to make it 20 bigger here, and then to get the right side and it offset it a little bit more to the right, and the same thing for the Y. So it's actually a lot bigger check that we're doing, and hopefully that will be what I wanted to do. I'll clean it up after it works. So let's test that out and let's make sure. I'm not going to worry about the village yet because the village is off screen at the moment. Doing farm, right? Farm. Height, Y, X all aligned correctly. Okay. Alright, so let's check this out. Let's run it and see if it works. If I still see this, then it's some type of conversion issue. As long as it doesn't crash. Please don't crash on me, I want to know. And it crashed. Not crash, it froze. Ay. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do right now, just testing purposes, is to remove the squirrels for right now. I'll come back and get you. You're making it difficult right now. Let's see. Alright, so no squirrels right now, or I can change it to a different one, to a slime or something. Change it to a slime temporarily until I can get that fixed, or a skelly or something. Change it to a skelly for now. So let's save and let's run it. If it still freezes up, then we know that it's not the squirrels anymore and it's somewhere else. Okay, cool. That's a good sign. Alright, so I see a skelly over here. And I think it might be correct then. So unless there's 20 tiles between each other here, it should not work. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, definitely not 20 tiles there. Okay. So is that right then? This is not the correct. And it's not in tile coordinates? I feel like it should be in tile coordinates. I don't know why it wouldn't be. If the candidate X is greater, the position of X minus 20 offset on it, or and the candidate X is less than this plus the width plus an additional 20 on it, and do the same thing in the Y. Do, 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 do. Oh, you know what? No, I should be fine though. No, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Yeah, so the tile position is open here, which you get pushed into this function. And then this function, you get all those points, which is what the candidates are. But I mean, I feel like if I convert this to a tile position, is it's too small already. Do you even have the other stuff from before? I don't, huh? Oh, I do right here. So we got the farm position here at 13 and 43. And then the village polish is 68. That's only because it's further away. Let's run it and we'll test some stuff in here. I just need to know if this is tile. It should be tile coordinates. I'm just debating on it. Alright, so we go here. So this is the village right here, right in the beginning here. 13 40 negative 43 should be like about right. So if I move my character right now, let's go to remote, go to level, where's the Y? If I go in here and move the position of the character and make it negative 43, oops, negative 43 times 16, because that's the tile size. So I should be at the top. There we go. Then we have 13, or negative 13 I should say. Negative 13 times 16 for the tile size, so it's already in core. There we go. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that. Wanted to confirm that. The question now is trying to figure out why it's not doing the correct thing here. That's 20. I mean, that's 20 tiles. That's a lot. That's a lot of tiles. Unless I'm doing some math here wrong. The math ain't mathing. Me right now. If the X is greater than the top leftmost position minus 20, and the X the same thing, the Y is greater than the Y minus 20. So I'm doing minus here, so there's a minus and then plus. Okay, that should be correct. That should make it bigger. And if it is, it should go in here. And it only appends it if this is false, so it should have gone in here. Oh, so crazy. You know, just making something big. 120, that's a lot though, but we'll test it out right now and see if those guys are still there. There's not a huge number in it. Errors. What are the errors? Oh, is it still running in the background? It is. All right. Let's build it again then. No, we got a slime up here. Yeah, so something's not working correctly there then. Because the slime is here. I can see him. It's definitely not working. Something's wrong. Something is wrong here. Hopper, welcome to the stream, buddy. So what am I working today? Today I'm working on I'm getting the spawn positions not to spawn too close to the village and the farm. I don't want them to be getting in the farm area, so I'm trying to look into getting a fix for that right now. I don't see why this is not working here. I mean, I can put a breakpoint here and see what's up. Let's rebuild it. I mean, let's rerun it then. Let's attach a breakpoint. So let's do that. Or build dev. No, not build, attach. Attach process. Select window. We'll attach it to that. And we can break into it and see what's up. Why is this not working? all right, here we go. We got here, how many points do we have here right now? And it's not gonna tell me. That's what I don't like about Godot stuff. And they never tell me what's the size of this. How hard would it be to just tell size, the length of this array? But no. We'll assume that everything's okay, I guess. Alright, let's dive in here. We get a candidate. The current candidate is 41 and 13. 41 and negative 13. That should not be in anywhere, any of my scenes, so it should be not close to anybody. Unless there's something in new points right now that makes it so. But there shouldn't be anybody there, so it should at the point, which is fine. Exactly what we were thinking. And gets another random position on that point. And the other thing I should do is probably remove that point, but it doesn't use the same one, or one at least. What is this candidate here? 34 and 10. Doesn't hit any of these, so it should be fine. 34 is greater on this side. I mean, I did put 120 though, huh? I should probably separate these values so that I can debug it a little bit better. But sometimes the IntelliSense doesn't work. Like I can, if I hover over these, it doesn't show what it is. But it looks like it didn't add it. It didn't add it this time. What is the candidate? It's 53 and negative 5? 53 and -5. That one didn't get added either. Yeah, I got a couple here that are not getting added right now. -31 and -1. Yeah, that one shouldn't get added. So you got a couple here that's not getting added at all. Let's put it on top of here. Huh. We got a few that are not being added, which should be fine. So, somewhat working. What I can do right now is my point spawner. If I go in here, I iterate through all these points and find the ones that are actually spawning. Negative 22 to 30. I mean, isn't this in the criteria? Because it fits in both of them. And we can do this as well. Let's try this. We'll try this on the top side too. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why this doesn't work. And it's so strange that it does not work in here. Let's remove this. I don't need this in here anymore. So I let this do whatever it was doing before. And then basically we can just do it in here instead. And checking to see if this point fits in here. Hold on, give me a second to get this in a good place. And if it falls in here, then you just continue. Right, so instead of candidate, it will be points. But you know, let's separate this a little bit. So we got the farm position. Farm position. Okay, so I'll make this a little bit smaller now. Not too crazy. And we do an offset on it. Actually, you can even do a int left top or left x, I should say, and do farm position x minus 120, and then do int right x farm position plus 120. We'll do the top y equals farm position y minus 120 and int bottom y, just so I can see it in the debugger easier, because Godot variables does not work correctly. It doesn't play nicely when you're debugging it. It doesn't display any values at all, which is crazy. So we got the left X there, and then we get the right. Right. Then we get the top. Oh, you know, I forgot one thing. I just noticed it right now. I just noticed it. All right, so for the right side, we also gotta add the width of the farm. I almost forgot about that. Get the size and the width, and do the same thing in the bottom for the Y. Will be height. Okay. So we can see a little bit clearly now. Can see clearly now. Let's go. Let's build it. Let's try that out and see how that looks right now. I don't know why it's not working in the other one, but maybe we can see it a little bit better here and see why it's not. Is it running in the background? It is running in the background. What time is it? I'm gonna order some Jamba Juice today. I'm gonna start it soon. Alright, so we build already. Let's run that bad boy. Alright, I need to attach it. Let's attach it. Attach process, select the window, attach that. Cool. And let's load it into the testing. Alright. Now we have all of these values in here. Excuse me. Oh, it's not going to give me the actual. See, this is what I mean. That sometimes doesn't give you what it wants. I want to know what this is. Why don't you give me values for that? Hold on, does any go through? Locals. Oh, that's locals. Watch. There we go. This just tells me here though. It's all out of whack though. Get a point of 5 on the X. And where's the right side of it though? Where's my left and right? Alright, so Y is -5. We got -163 all the way to 122 for the bottom. So that fits in the Y. I can't tell what the left, X, and right is though, because it doesn't show in here for whatever reason. Great. Like where's my left X and my right X? Doesn't really help nobody right now. There we go, this right X here. Where's my left X? Ay. Alright, so let's go in here. Do any fall in there? None of them did actually. I mean, 120 is pretty big, so I understand if it didn't work, and it actually works like I want it to. I don't know why it didn't work inside that function that I had it before, but it works in here. All I did was copy it over, so something's happening in the other one that is not working correctly, but it works correctly here. But anyway, 120 is too much, so let's drop it down. I just made it a huge value just to double check to see if it was working or not. So 20 tiles Seems like a good number. Build dev. Okay, we're done building. Well, let's run it, shall we? Alright, let's zoom out. Let's go. We got some stuff here now. Cool, I don't know why it didn't work inside that function. I don't get it. But hey, it works on this side, so I'll keep it there. Cool, you can see all the skellies here. You got some slimes going on. And, I mean, it's almost near the village though. But I can increase those values a little bit higher and tweak it to something that makes it feel better. But I feel like that should be in the polishing stage. And also the placement of all these spawn points or spawners. I'm thinking of tweaking those when it's in the polishing stage. Right now I just want to get the logic working. So we got NPCs walking around. They all get determined by some type of noise map. And all the NPCs as of right now has weights, so depending on those weights, it will determine how much of those will spawn. But yeah, you can see all the slimes. There's a bunch of skellies on this side. We got some skellies down here. It's great. There's no hog at the moment because those values were super small. What happens if I move to the left right now? It should change to a new chunk here right now. In a bit. Okay, so now we see a skelly here, which is great. Like, looks like it's only, oh, there's a skelly on top here too. Cool. All right, so we got that logic working in a good place. Nice. Progress. That's what I like to hear. Progress is good. One thing I would like to do so it's not doing it is doing it inside of this for loop, just to move it outside. I'll move this outside so it's not doing it in this for loop. And my phone is like blowing up like crazy. I don't know why. But anyway, cool. I'll just remove all of this stuff. Well, you know what? I'll keep it. Oh, help me out with like a comment or something. Cool. I think we're in a good stuff right now. Do enemies move around within a specific area, or could they appear anywhere? They will be around their spawn point, so they wouldn't appear like out of random be anywhere. So they will have a spawner position where they can be spawned at. So kind of like a nest. But those are placed randomly every time a new chunk gets generated. So it could be technically be anywhere, I guess. But they will always be around their spawn point. They will not venture out there and do their own thing, you know. All right, so let's go into Trello board real quick. I haven't shown this in a bit. So we got some stuff doing. So when we started streaming, we did fertilizer, we got character movement, we tweaked that and make that in a good place. We have decided how spawners should spawn in the world, so those are working. All I need to do is tweak them a little bit, but like I mentioned, that'll be in the polishing stage. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, in the polishing stage would be great. We got that. I have decided of animals. So we got slimes in, we got skellies in, we got squirrels in. I still debating on bat, but I think those can be in a dungeon. So I'll probably need to come back to enemies again, but for the dungeon area, because I haven't decided what kind of enemies I have to do for that, or I haven't even drawn them at all, or have any art for those yet. So for those that are going to be spawned in dungeon, like slimes can just spawn in dungeon, but I wanted some other types of enemies in there as well. So as of right now, I just have a bat. Some other animals besides a squirrel will be like a rabbit or a fox. I kind of do have a cool fox actually, but I don't know if it fits into the game just yet, or I need to tweak it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It looks pretty cool though. It kind of looks like the hog a little bit. I can't get a good animation on these guys. So these are kind of like foxes, but they're like altered foxes because they got contaminated or whatever's happening in this scene. I don't want to spoil it for anything, but like the idol looks okay. I don't like the tail too much. You know, I'm trying to figure out how can I imagine this in my head, but I can't. I need to keep tweaking it a little bit more. And then we have this walking stage, which I'm not too happy about, because it doesn't seem like there's a forward movement on the fox yet. It just looks like it's jumping up and down. And maybe a bigger tail. You know what? Well, I forgot the name of that anime. There's an anime where it's an RPG anime, and the main character is wearing this like chicken suit or whatever, or the head at least, a chicken head, or it looks like a chicken head. It's a blue one. What was the name of that anime? Maybe I could search for chicken head, chicken blue head, or whatever. Chicken blue head anime. Blue chicken head anime. Oh, Shangri-La Frontier. There we go. Hold on. In this anime, there's a cool, awesome fox. I don't know if anybody has seen it or not. Hold on. Give me a second. Well, this anime is actually pretty cool. If you love RPGs, Shangri-La Frontier is actually pretty interesting. Let's see. Shangri-La Frontier. What was that like demon fox that appeared in here? There we go. It looks super cool though. I kind of was thinking around this kind of age fox, or more like a pixelated, but it was super cool. This little like crazy fox looking character. And the pictures doesn't do it that justice, but it was a really awesome anime. I mean, foxing here. Oh, you never heard of it? I definitely recommend it if you love like RPG type of animes. It's super cool. So Shangri-La Frontier. But yeah, when I was doing this fox here, I kind of was thinking of that fox in there, kind of like inspiration or something. But my art skills are not that great. This is programmer art. All right. It might be a Crunchyroll. I think it is in Crunchyroll. You know what? Let's look it up. Crunchyroll. I saw it somewhere. I don't know if I saw it in Crunchyroll or I saw it somewhere else. Yeah, it looks like it is in Crunchyroll. On Grand Frontier. Yeah, so I had this demon fox here. That's like another enemy. I do have this cute little cat one. Gotta add some animation frames too, just for like cats, so you can pet them or not, or like dogs and all of that. Is there anything else I can show in here right now? God, where's that other scene that I want to show you guys right now? Actually, you know what? Let me order my Jamba Juice real quick and I can show you the other thing that I'm working on. Let me order. Because once the stream ends, I want my Jamba Juice right away. I don't want to wait. Okay. Let's see. We got all my stuff. I love those acai bowls. Trying to be healthy here. One step closer, you know. Okay. Next, let's add a tip. Cool. I'm gonna place the order now. All right. So let me show you what other things I'm working on right now. A Twilight Princess? I actually never played Twilight Princess. I'm kind of ashamed of it. I'm not playing it. Let me look at it. Twilight Princess. Fox. Oh, just is there a fox there, or is there just like the look of it reminds you of it? I don't even know. I just thought it was a fox. Oh, I see. There's a fox in here. A wolf link. Ah, that's cool. I never played it. I'm kind of ashamed of it though. I never played. Got it. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I can see that. So there's a lot of Zelda games that I never played that much or at all, and I want to play them. Alright, what is the other thing I want to show you guys? I don't see it in this list at all. What's the base fish? Oh yeah, so I'm working on the fishes here today. On the fishing, because I don't have any art sets for the fishing or for the fishes that I have. So what I did was to add like a base skeleton of a fish, and all I'm doing is just tweaking it with colors and stuff. So you can have like a bass over here. Still kind of working on. I think it looks pretty cool for a largemouth bass. And then we have a smallmouth bass, which, you know, looks pretty neat. I changed the mouth to be a little bit smaller compared to the large one. You know, the large mouth comes down all the way down here, but for a small is all the way up, a little bit smaller, I guess. So this is pretty neat. I did tilapia. It looks kind of like a tilapia. It's kind of, the version that I have is kind of like grayish with brown stripes on it. And I added some green stuff in here just because tilapia love eating algae. So, you know, maybe some algae in its mouth or something. And the last thing I was working on is this catfish here. I still need to add a lot more fishes in here. But it's starting to look pretty neat. Starting to look pretty neat. I probably use this version. I probably can create a skeleton for this, because I think the trout kind of has the similar body as this one. And just changing the colors and making it like, let's say it's a rainbow trout or something. But you know, so far it's looking great. This is part of Edenville. Yeah. So right now I have no fish assets in my game, so I need to start changing that up. The only fish I had is not even mine. I just copied it over from Stardew Valley, the largemouth bass, and that's all I've been using since then. Let me see if I can find it. So trying to strip away all the temporary assets I have in my game and start creating my own, since I'm in that stage of the game where I need to start doing that. There we go. So I was using this right now temporarily, and this is for like Stardew Valley largemouth bass, and I want to change that. It's time to start adding more stuff in here. Where is it? Cool. Yeah, do I have the, let me see. So right now I'm like looking on Google and searching all the fish and stuff that I have. So the last thing I looked at was tilapia, and I was looking at tilapia, how it would look at like, and trying to find some inspiration through there and see what I can find. And also kind of looking into like the Stardew Valley assets and just trying to grab some inspiration a little bit from those. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Trying to grab inspiration from all of that. But I mean, one thing to mention though is that, I mean, this looks cool in here. I haven't added it into the game and see if it fits in or not. So that's another thing I need to look into. But for me, it looks great already. But it all depends once I start adding it into the game. And I think that's all I have right now. And I'm thinking of changing the character as well. And this probably will be like the final character. Where's the character in here? Do I even have it in here? Yeah. I may end up changing it to this just because it feels a lot more fluent. So I was working on this a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to get it in a good place. And this is just like when it does attacks and stuff. Yeah, it needs a little bit more refinement in here. So yeah, so I still need to add this guy into the game. I may end up doing a stream on that. I'm gonna start adding all these assets into the game. Cool. Is there anything else I can do right now before I head off? I end up leaving earlier today and get ready for my Jamba Juice coming in soon. But another thing I would like to, let me open the Trello board. What happened to my Trello board? We have this. Let's go into the fishes. We have like largemouth bass, acid already, smallmouth. We got tilapia. We got some type of catfish, but I would like to add another version of catfish in here as well. I think there's other ones that still need to add. So it's like the trout is like 2 different versions I would like to add, like the rainbow trout and what was the other, the brown trout? I forget that these kids have to animate for. Yeah, I agree. Like for, let me see, like for the animals and stuff, I decided to just use one just left and right instead. It started becoming crazy. Let's see, where's my scroll at? There we go. All I did was just the left and right ones and just leave it like that, because then the top and bottom, it starts getting too much, at least for me, when I'm not like an artist, and it starts getting crazy. So the only person that I would like care about is left and right and up and down, and the 4 different directions are going to be the NPCs and like the villagers and the main character. Other than that, I'll just leave the rest as left and right. Maybe some enemies I can do in 4 directions as well, but yeah, I agree. So much stuff. Cool. Well, that's all the fishes so far. I gotta add to the 2 different versions of trout as I mentioned before. And then we still have to decide on crops. I haven't added too much stuff yet, so that's more assets I need to figure out in adding this game. So adding all the crops that you're gonna be farming, so all the fruits, all the veggies. I still haven't decided on exactly which ones I want to do yet. So we got watermelon, melon, and so far for the fruits and veggies it'll be potatoes. And then after that, I'd like to create an almanac. That's something I always love doing when it comes to playing games. It's trying to get all the stuff in the almanac complete. Hooking up the skill system, start creating the dungeon rooms, and then puzzle rooms. And then after all of this stuff is done, I gotta decide what kind of quests I want in this game that'll correlate with the story. Starting seasons and weather, and we got some other stuff going on here. We're getting their progress today. So we cleared out this, we're almost clearing out this stuff here. So it should be next. So I can jump into fish. And we should be good in that point. But cool. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it off here. We did some progress today, which is, you know, is always a good thing. So what kind of skills do you develop in this game? Yeah, I can show you right now. Let's run it. Let's run the game. I'll show you what kind of skills we have. It's not a necessary thing that you need to do, but it's optional. So I'm not gonna force you to do skills if you don't want when you're playing this game as a player. It is optional, and it'll make the gaming experience a little bit easier if you actually did them. But it's not necessary. And some of you probably will end up doing it as you keep playing in the game. So we got skill system. So for mining, I still don't know if I still want mining in this game, because I have rocks that you can break, but it doesn't do anything at the moment. It just gives you rock pieces and that's it. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. We got foraging, which is just normal. We could be foraging around, chopping down trees and all of that. Another feature I would like to do is lock picking. So you can find chests and be able to lockpick them. Still a feature that's still deciding if I wanted it or not. But it'd be cool if it had this when you find a lock, you're doing a lock picking that you need to do on the chest. It will kind of cool. The UI will update and you will do something similar to like Fallout. You'll be able to rotate the screw or the pins, the bobby pins and all of that. I believe that shouldn't be too difficult to do. And then we got farming skills, fishing, and then combat. So all of this stuff will give you some extra buffs into your character, or for fishing, all that, to make it easier for catching fish. If you're looking into fishing, Easier stuff when it comes to combat. Same thing, farming for that specific skill. Lock picking if I do add it. Make easier on lock picking for difficult ones. Same thing, foraging, maybe I'll give you extra stuff as you level it up. And then mining, I'm just deciding on what I want to do. I guess just test, yeah. I gotta test these out and see if it's worth it. Yeah, I definitely agree. But it's gotta spend time. So I haven't really done much with skill system yet. I just created a UI and make it so that you're able to track all the stuff that you do, so you can level up your skill system. Yeah, I think foraging and lockpicking sounds good. Yeah, I actually really loving the lockpicking idea. I gotta try it out. Maybe I'll create for sure. I'll be streaming that when I start creating the lockpick system and see how that feels and stuff. I'm also open to suggestions. If anybody that's here or watches this stream later on, you have any ideas for skill stuff, feel free to let me know. I'm always open and I can try them out. But so far, that is what I have with the skill system. Alright, guys. I am gonna be heading out. Looks like it's on the way already for my Jamba Juice, so I want to make sure I'm ready for that when they come. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching this. If you're watching this later on when it gets uploaded, I appreciate you guys for being here and watching. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys, and a wonderful day. Yeah, no problem, Hopper. I appreciate you for being here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.